Disclaimer. Graphics used in our videos are just for visualization. Graphics used in our videos don't match actual place, person, objects, houses, culture, etc. exactly. How mother of believers Juwayriya embraced Islam. In ancient civilizations, any free women were captured and made sex slaves. There was almost no chance of freedom once they become concubines. Many were forced into prostitution to make money. They were treated like animals and were considered subhuman. Their masters were brutally beating them. Slavery was hereditary in nature. If children are born from the master, they were considered bastards. Their status was lower than the actual children of the master. Such behavior by their masters was also reported, where these women were creatively humiliated. Contrary to that, none of the above is true for the concept of women's slavery in Islam. Islam does not allow any free human to be captured and made a slave. I repeat again, listen carefully. Islam does not allow any free human to be captured and made a slave. Women in ancient Arabia participating in war already knew the consequences. They were mentally prepared to become the concubines of their enemies in case of defeat. For Arabian women in ancient times, becoming concubine was necessity. Although they disliked it, it was cultural norm. Muslims wanted to create peaceful societies, so prisoners of war were initially made slaves to instill fear in their hearts. Then, to their surprise, Muslims used to find reasons to free them. Through this act of favor, Muslims aimed to make the non-Muslim enemies peaceful towards Muslims. After the battles, women of the enemies were captured as concubines. However, if any woman did not want to stay with her master, she had the right to make a contract with her master. Mukataba means paying money to the master to buy freedom. According to Islamic rules, the master had no choice but to accept offer of these women of the enemies. The problem with the women of the enemies was how to arrange the payment. They would then visit wealthy Muslims to request financial assistance. Muslims who were rich would, out of kindness, pay a ransom for the freedom of these women of the enemies. This act of favor and good behavior towards women of any tribe had a great impact on transforming tribes from being enemies to becoming neutral or friends. The following hadith exemplifies the treatment of women slaves in Islam, as mentioned above. It also highlights the liberation of the non-Muslim tribe of Banu Mustalik, demonstrating that Muslims can maintain good relations even with their non-Muslim relatives. Narrated by Mother Aisha, some female captives were brought to Prophet Muhammad during a war. Among the captives was Juwayriya. She was the daughter of chief of the tribe Banu Mustalik. His name was Harith. She was married to Safwan bin Malik bin Jazima. He died fighting with Muslims in the battle. After the Muslims conquered the tribe of Banu Mustalik, Juwayriya too became a captive. One of the companions of the Prophet Muhammad, Thabit bin Qais, received Juwayriya as a captive or concubine. However, she requested to Thabit that she don't want to stay with him. She asked for her freedom and requested a contract known as mukatbat, which allowed her to negotiate her liberation. According to Islamic rules, Thabit had no choice except accepting her request, and he promised he will set her free for the ransom of 9 ounces of silver. To seek her freedom, Juwayriya was trying to get financial assistance from Muslims. And for the same she came to meet Prophet Muhammad to ask for the help. Juwayriya approached Prophet Muhammad to seek financial assistance in order to secure her freedom. She said, "O Messenger of Allah, I am Juwayriya, the daughter of Harith, the leader of my people. As you know, I am currently going through a difficult situation. I have been included in Thabit's share, and he has stipulated a ransom of 9 ounces of silver for my freedom. O Messenger of Allah, can you advise me on this matter?" The Prophet responded, "Should I not offer you something better? I can pay your ransom and marry you." Juwayriya replied, "O Messenger of Allah, I accept your proposal." Upon this, Prophet Muhammad paid her ransom and married her. In this way, Juwayriya was not only granted her freedom but was also honored with marriage to Prophet Muhammad. This news of marriage spread among the Muslims, and they began to say, "The relatives of the Messenger of Allah have been taken captive." Therefore, all the Muslims having captive from the Banu Mustalik, they set them free. By the blessings of the marriage of Juwayriya with the Messenger of Allah, approximately 100 captives from the Banu Mustalik were freed. Mother of believers Aisha said, "I have never seen a woman who brought so much blessing to her people as Juwayriya did." Hazrat Juwayriya bint Harith once told her story. 3 days before the arrival of the noble Prophet, I saw in a dream as if the sun rose from Yathrib and came into my lap. I considered it inappropriate to mention this to anyone until the Messenger of Allah came. When we came as captives, I had hoped that my dream would come true. When Prophet Muhammad set me free and married me, by Allah, I did not speak about any person from my tribe. The Muslims themselves freed the people of my tribe. It was my niece who informed me about it, and then I expressed gratitude to Allah. Reference: Al-Mustadrak Hakim number 6781.